our journey. So we were talking about first 15 steps of sadhana. Panchkam helps us to have a strong foundation, but at the same time, it changes my thought, my behavior, my expression, my speech in personal, professional, and social life. It means day to day activities, my perception about the world, about the society, about daily living changes. And when that perception changes, the mind is not only getting purified, but it commits itself to the self discovery. So we will understand in a variety of ways these 15 steps, but we should not forget the growth. We have to guard ourselves, protection, protection from unwanted thoughts also. So that is the essence of may we both be protected. May we all be protected. So it should help to raise our awareness not to get engaged in those thoughts, speech, and action which causes anxiety to me, which hurts me, and I get hurt. I have to be very careful. I think, okay, let me live in a moment during the mindfulness session, and I can say any damn thing once the session is over. It is the same mind. Whether you are speaking to a stranger or you are speaking here in a session. So we have to understand that that is what the self awareness is, and that is what the word guarding yourself, and relishing. May it nourish. So, the intention is that the moment I meet any human being, in what possible ways we both can evolve. Normally, our mind say becomes selfish. So that idea of a selfishness must go away. We are talking of finding the real self, of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. And do you still remember the example I gave you? The guy standing on the second floor was awakened and asked that, "Oh, can you jump?" My perception has changed, that I'm the real self, all pervading consciousness. That I shifted from I am the body to I am the consciousness, from I am the mind to the I am consciousness. And then I have a constant experience of consciousness, all pervading consciousness. So that change should come, and then we have to operate. Operate means thinking, speaking, and acting in our daily life, which leads to the wisdom ma vidvisha vahe. So I should not allow my mind to enter into any kind of a duality or any kind of a conflict or any kind of a jealousy. So it means throughout the day I'm aware of that. Oh, I have to do a lot of work in my life, and how can I be aware of that? It will not work then. Then it is, yeah, you will do meditation practices, that is okay. It will not work. We are thinking of a total transformation in our life. That total transformation is awakening. Remember that. I am a seeker not only now. I am a seeker behind that I discussed last time. I am a seeker first, then I am a husband. Seeker first, then I am a son. Seeker first, then I am a honey. can that awareness be lived in all my life? You will find total calmness and the joy in your life at every point, even if you have lot of challenges. So that brings us, I'm reminding again and again, there is an aim of life and there is aims in life. What is aims in life? Career, money, relationship, profession, whatever the activity is, we switch on, we change. I'm feeling hungry, I ate the food and finished. But aim of life is to continue in the background that peace and happiness, that love, truth, and wisdom. That is what the awakening is. And that is why in the beginning the regular practice is required. The entire study. Of 40 steps you can reduce in one. Study Eastern wisdom to study yourself. Study not only in your personal, professional, social, and family life, but study your physical existence, study your mental existence, emotional existence. So then how these thoughts originate, from where these thoughts are, also entire journey. Studying Eastern wisdom is to study yourself. And I told you this text is structured in this way. It is only an instruction. You do this. So this text is meant for a seeker, because the seeker has a basic knowledge and he just follows. He just or she follows the instruction, and it will work. It will work. So let us go through these first 15 steps. What are these 15 steps? In a first step, I have already told you, it makes it clear. Study Eastern wisdom to study yourself. Or you can say, oh, make a time for the spiritual reading. Sometimes study Eastern wisdom to study yourself does not make a sense. Oh, you want to have some spiritual study? Yes, study this. There is another also a sense, learn for the Gen X, learn from the wise teachings daily. Use meditation apps daily. Or you can say the podcast. What happened that this woman who lived in Mesa, she was listening to my audio files, but at the same time she was listening also to the podcast which explains the stress management through the modern psychology. So it is based on behavior model, and this is based on subjective reality. They do not align together. And she got into the lot of stress. So yeah, I have to keep aside. I have to understand. I can listen anything, but I have to be very careful. Is it, can I align myself? That is one. Can I separate these two? The entire journey of the Eastern wisdom is to study and find my real self. The goal of modern psychology is to manage the mind, to allow the mind to function so-called at the normal level. We don't define the normal, so we have to be very careful. So, second is perform duties carefully or perform duties diligently. Do you perform your daily activities? Do you perform your personal, professional, and social tasks, social work well? So that very well word defines that I am not the doer. I am not the enjoyer. I drop the burden of being the doer from my mind. This what is the second step, or you can say normal uh, the generation of the Gen X people, they say, oh, I mix my all activities with a spiritual practice. Okay, but the principle should remain the same. You can mix it with a spiritual practice. Or you can say, make your work better. So it means your focus is on the activities, how you perform any activities, whether it's a thought, speech, or action. Things that help others. There is another, my master used to say, especially to the younger ones, you can say, do the work that makes you feel better, that will help others. Even if I speak in a good manner, it is going to help others. Or you can just play all your work. That when I guide the kids, uh, 11 years or below 11 years, I said, just meditation is a fun. This activity is a fun. The way you talk to your dad is a fun. So extract that wisdom. The third is, now I have to honor the existence. This body is not mine. It is consists of 5 elements: mind, body, intellect. I did not ask the existence, please give me this intellect, give me the mind, give me the attachment, give. No, it has all come together as an individual, as a person. So I have to honor that existence which has provided me, yeah, this body to function and to evolve and to rise in awareness, which is not possible in other living species. You see, we are changing that perception. Again, you see, that is what be thankful to everything. In American, and oh, I would say everywhere we have one way or the other. You can say you go and pray to the God in a church, that is one way. But if the discernment is not there, it will not work. So our master says you have to do it with a discernment. Make your each action count. Let my intention be to help you evolve, leaving aside all the considerations. Why? We want to rise in consciousness. That is the third step. I'm just giving you a brief and then we will go into detail how to bring about a change. The fourth one is let go of wanting binding desires. Binding desires causes lot of problem. I told you this young guy who told me I gave this girl 200%. And my instant reply was that you have been with me for the last 2 years. You have not given me even 10%. What is that factor in your mind by which you gave 200% to that girl and at last she cheated? She stopped talking. I'm not saying it may be he or she. I have all respect for all the gender. So don't think in, in a way. So that is one case of a binding desire. I have to be aware of myself. So if I have a binding desire, I'm sure to be cheated. Do whatever you want to do. So it means it is still related to my action in the society and the world. I have to enjoy the journey of life. I have not to stuck at any point in the journey. I have to focus on growing. The same fourth step. So no, just focus on the growing. Have fun learning new things. What that means? I'm attracted by someone. Let me come back and discern. Oh, this attraction has filled me with the pleasure. But how long this attraction will last? How long? Can you tell me anything? Any attraction that is still continuing in your life? Any attraction. Tell me anything. But don't tell a lie. No attraction lasts for long. The fifth one, because I have a binding desire, because I claim I am the doer and the enjoyer, it causes lot of thoughts, feeling, and emotions in my mind. They accumulate in the form of the past impressions. And now my personality and behavior follows these impressions. I'm not free internally. There is a sense of impulsiveness comes. The fifth step defines that it is a sin. I have to get rid of these sins. Because of that past impressions, impulsivity, I impulsively act. So I create an unfavorable condition for myself. I create unfavorable condition for myself. Never create unfavorable condition for myself. So we have a simple definition of how to get rid of these sins. How to get rid of. Sometimes have you seen that? It happened to me. I can say that. You're talking to someone and you had your past impression tells that stranger, that guy, cheated me, deceived me. So that anger is boiling up. That hesitation is boiling up in your. So you are able to control, but it is boiling up. How long you can control it? So you are creating that unfavorable circumstances for yourself. Whether in relationship, near and dear ones, in a particular situation, or in a profession, or in a business. Anywhere. Goal is to find this self-discovery. So that is the 5 step I have to get rid of. So how the modern people have adapted that in an intellectual way without discernment. Oh, ask forgiveness in prayer. So to all the religions, that has a sense of. But we don't do with the discernment, and that's why we don't progress. So I'm giving a different phrases for it. Fix the past mistakes. Especially the baby boomers. They say, oh, let me fix the past mistakes. Talk to someone who helps. Gen X. What is Generation X? The Pew says from the age of 44 to 59. From the age of 60 to 76, fix past mistakes. And from 79 to 96, it is ask forgiveness. You see, expression are different, but it is the same thing. We are talking with the sense. Millennials, what about your feelings? Change the feeling. Write about your feeling. Make a journal. You see, I'm trying to translate all these instructions in a possible modern approach. So these are the 5. Then the 6th one. What is the 6th one? Clear away. Yeah, that is. Oh, I have done. Okay. Then the next one is the see the limits of worldly fun. Now the master says that have you ever thought there is a limit to my pleasures in the world? You like, Pastor? You have a craving for the pasta. There is a binding desire. And at the same time, uh, you are feeling sleepy. The power of feeling sleepy is much more than eating pasta. Even the binding desire for eating pasta goes away. Do you see that? Sexual desire. We say it's a sexual desire is very forceful. Very good. It's forceful. But what about if I am very sick? I have a temperature, very high body temperature. That pressure goes away. So this step says that I want to know myself better. I want to know myself better. What is happening? Why? Because it will remove your obsession, your craving for certain things, for certain people. And if that craving drops down, it will bring about a tremendous change in behavior. So can say the older generation, I have already pointed out 79 to, pray every day. But pray without discernment, without knowledge will be fruitless. So I would say, uh, this step also means the self-help. Oh, take the self-help books. Nowadays, we have a different phrases in the words, but these are already present thousands of years ago. Because you cannot go to India, you cannot learn in a master and a disciple tradition. It takes years to get. So I thought better to convert that some idea. Set personal growth, goals of your personal growth. It is the same step. I want to know myself better. Just online growth groups. People say, I have joined this group. Many people say me, yes, it's good. Continue. But without knowledge, without right knowledge, it will not work. Now, once we have done these 7 steps, the 8th step, still deep rooted attachments continues to live. Very deep rooted attachment. So we have to get rid of this deep rooted attachment. How can you translate for different generations? Need less stuff. Live more simply. When we say simple living, break old habits. Be open to change. So it gives us some idea about the attachment. Be open to change. Share and care for others. So when I share and caring for others, it also helps me to get rid of the attachment. I remember, I can name her. There are 3 sisters, and she is Lisa, New Jersey. She says, my profession, I want to keep apart my profession. Her mom is living in an assisted living, and that's what David and Jerry goes to Seattle to see the mother. She has kept her, she said, everything is secondary. I have to meet every day. I have to seek her blessing. She is living in an assisted living. A wonderful person. So you think you have to apply those things. But if you apply it to the discernment, then you can take care of other areas of your life where you have a deep rooted attachment and you can dissolve it. So the next one, be with good people. Now you call guy, oh no, come on, have a drink with me. and then you enter into the gossip, and the gossip converts into some sense of attachment and duality and a conflict. So, in the beginning, we have to keep a distance. We have to keep a distance. It doesn't mean that we don't talk to those people, but we know that, he or she is inviting me. That is what is happening to this young guy. While you are sitting at home, on Friday, his dad says, join me for a beer. Now I'm okay. So his dad says that you are not living an American life. Very tall guy. He said, no, I don't want to go. So I told him how to help yourself, how to speak in a way. That you are right. I just want to have a taste of that beer is very good. But my house is totally upset. I have to clean my clothes. I have to clean my bedroom. I have to remove the poo of my dog. So I will definitely make it next time. Think of this. Be with good people. So join prayer groups, find spiritual friends, find good teachers, join wellness groups, follow good role models. These are the different expressions the modern world offers us. It is the same thing. Now, we always say, I love coffee. What a great thing that you love coffee. I love pasta. I love this home. I love this car. As if love has become so cheap. So the next step is that love the entire existence. So we have different steps. Love the entire existence. Common word is pray every day. It does not make a sense unless you understand that what it means by love the existence. Find your way to pray. Be grateful daily. That is another word, especially for the Gen X. Connect through meditation. So sometimes we use, let me connect through the meditation. Express love through the art, or you contemplate and reflect. Learn about different faith. Why? Because your mind will open up. That is the 10th one. But basic is that how to enter into the love for the existence. You wake up in the morning. From the existence, this physical body has come. How do I know? The same existence, it is 5 elements, consist of this body. Mind, intellect, and the ego. They are symbolized as a moon, sun, as also as an individual entity. Eightfold. They are not mine. So, I'm grateful to that. I'm grateful. Dennis, we have covered that in Yajna, in your session. So, grow peace inside. So, once we have done the 10 steps, now we directly come to that. You are already living in peace and happiness. You have already started living in joy. But now the master says, I have to consciously recognize, is this the peace you are talking about? Do I have the peace in the morning, in the afternoon, the evening with people, in all the celebrations? Or even if there is no celebration, I am in peace? 11th step. What you are doing out of the 15 steps I told you. 15 steps, we lay a strong foundation. We are a strong seeker. We are not going to fail in the journey if all these 15 steps are with us. How come you wake up in the morning, your mind will remind you, come and sit, do this Mangalachara, do this practice. Before going to the sleep, your mind will remind you by following these 15 steps. You all become the seekers. And when the seeker lives in the society, it changes the society, it changes the family, it changes the relationship. Grow peace inside. Grow peace inside, modern phrases, stay calm always. Do calm exercises. Huh? Do yoga in quiet time. In all the yoga, we say, oh, you just lift your body very gently. So that also brings the calmness. It's okay, but from that calmness, we are looking for the real self. We are only not looking for the quiet and calm exercises, gentle stretching. Use calming app. When I talk to millionaires, they came to me for stress management and this. No, I listen to the Calm app. That's how I observe people. Play quiet games, join peace challenges, The 12th step is stop selfish action. Again, it's a repetition from the second one to the 12th one. The best way to bring an end to the selfishness which builds the ego, and the ego thrives on the past impression. The past impressions are impulsive nature, habits, duality, and a conflict. You see the entire circle. It rewinds me. And the best thing to find out, help others first. I gave an example of this, Lisa. Well, it's a mom or a friend or anyone. Teach others, especially in a family. It is big challenge because you're a husband and you start teaching your wife. Wife says, I have seen all your craziness, cravings, pleasure seeking. You're teaching me now? It is not possible in the family. So you have to express yourself. Instead of teaching, I would say you have to express your thought, speech, and action guided by these principles. Until the near and dear ones perceive that you have changed. But for strangers, yes, you can talk about it, you can apply. You're in a mall. Why I'm saying it is very important? Because if you are not expressing through the Eastern wisdom, how it will be absorbed completely in your life. So in a family, you have to express in a way, oh, this is what I have done, and I found calmness. So you are still applying these principles. Help family and friends. That is the Gen X says, stop selfish action. Another expression is the same, help family and friends. It's important. Choose helpful work. Support good causes. When we support good causes. Share and help others. The 13, learn from the wise teachers. Simple recognition that Eastern wisdom, I told you, 200% scientific. It always explains you the cause and effect relationship in the objective reality to find the subjective real self. So the master should be able to give you the right explanation, and then you apply, you work on it. When you work, you find the change. So make that as a principle of your life. So that is what learn from the wise teachers is. Now, if you translate for different generations, I don't want to name that church, which is hardly 2 miles away from it. It's a very good name. So I just want to visit, and they didn't allow me to enter into the church. They said, no, I will invite you to my home. You can come to my home. I can discuss about anything. But here it is not allowed. So listen to the church leaders. They have formed a cult. I can think of it. Otherwise, there is no other reason. So to make a cult, you have to undergo a specific training. You have to follow this blindly, without question. So this is not what the master is saying. Go to the wisdom talks. That's another expression baby boomers say. Find a good guide, Gen X. It is the same thing. Generation X. Millennials. Follow wise teachers. Anywhere, everywhere. And now YouTube and everything all are available. 14th, the trust beyond what you see. Now you see that 14th step? What the master is trust beyond what you see. Trust beyond what I see. The highway is running behind me when I'm driving. Trust beyond what I see. You are crazy. No, trust beyond that craziness my mind perceives. Are you getting it? In all, during the entire day. So it means I'm able to find out the false and the real self. So there comes the principle of faith. Faith. I have to have a faith beyond what I see. So look past distractions, trust your inner voice. There are different expressions of see beyond screens, learn to think deeper. They all are the different expressions of the same 14th step. And the 15th, control your senses well. That is the simple translation, but listen carefully. Attentive listening. Try sound healing. So sound healing also helps you to ultimately help you to have a right, correct, attentive listening. So I see in a positive way when I see these studios with a lot of music, even during the practice of meditation. So they may not be doing the meditation, but definitely they are helping. I don't have any negative, but I don't do it. I don't do it. And I don't want to do it. I use the calming sound. So you are in fact raising the level of your attentive and aware listening so that these principles are not taught. That is lacking. So I've summarized all these 15 steps, but I will be going through it one after the other so that you will see a tremendous change in your daily life. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed, my friends. Place your aware position, your aware posture, your aware being comfortable, your aware being carefree, you're aware, but we will not leave the knowledge part. What is that knowledge part? The first neighbor from outside. That is the word. Time, event, people, objects. They all belong to the world, And from that word, mostly all the neighbors are made up of. Neighbor is not me. The second neighbor is the physical body. Physical body. I discern that I'm not the body. Then where is the birth and death? So we are laying a foundation. The third neighbor is the energy, hunger and the thirst. Oh, there's a hunger is because of this body, the energy body, energy neighbor. But one thing, have you ever thought of it? The very existence created the hunger for us to survive. I did not create that hunger. So neighbors are useful. That is why I use the simple word neighbor. Does not mean that you discard it. The fourth neighbor is the mind, the pain, and the pleasure. Now, see, if there is no pain, even the science says no pain at all. %80 of the human population will die. They're in Christina, they know it, because without that pain, I don't know my challenges, my problems. Can I take these pain and the problems as an indication to evolve? We are going to do that. The fifth neighbor is the intellect, the strong likes and dislikes plus an I thought. So when the I thought becomes stronger, that is the meaning of craving. That is the meaning of binding desire. Though it is expressed through the mind and the body, but root cause? Do you see that? Every day you repeat it in your mind. And the sixth neighbor, all the five causes the ignorance. I don't know my real nature. And behind that, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Let there be happiness for all. So you are not looking, you are looking beyond the six neighbors. There is located the consciousness with the happiness that is our essential nature. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Do you see that? Knowledge is required. Knowledge, practice without knowledge will never ever work. It will not work. So why knowledge? Because it will give us an opportunity to discern, separate, look beyond what I see. My crazy mind sees event in a different perspective, but I want to see it with the knowledge, with an understanding, with clarity. Sarvesham Puranam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Puranam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Puranam Bhavatu. May there be completeness in all. Sense of completeness. I'm talking to you with the sense of completeness. I'm always, then what happens to me? My mind. The mind is always in a giving mode. Do you understand that? Sarvesham, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. Repetition. Your mind says, oh, it's a dry statement. Still do it. You love it, do it. Not only in the morning, but even if you remember these 4 lines, you can do it during the day. May there be completeness for all, and the mind is pushing you to react. What will happen? Think. Now, looking deep inside the forehead in the space, drop Om Shanti and start breathing into your belly, long in the hissing breath. Your belly expands like a balloon, squeezes and touches the spine during exhalation. No worries, sometime even if my computer freezes, you are not frozen. Look beyond what you see. Look beyond what you hear. So I hope that even if it freezes down, it will return after a minute. That is what I have seen. I have to check it. I'm with you. PC is not frozen. Continue breathing long, deep in the hissing breath. There is an equal duration of inhalation and exhalation. You might have done different breathing practices like Kapalbhati, Bhastrika, or breath of fire. We are not doing that. Long, deep, and hissing because you expand your belly like a balloon. It takes time. You empty the balloon, it takes time, and squeezing the belly. Body is still. Just reminding you, body doesn't move. Continue and check. There is no issue. The mind will pose a challenge. Mind will say, I can do it, I cannot do it. Oh, no, I can do it like this. No. Intellect comes in and it gives the endurance. And from that endurance, you continue. And when you continue with endurance, there is a joy of doing it. That is one of the fundamental differences between the physical exercise system and journey of the Eastern wisdom. We are awakening to the higher energy which takes the form of an endurance even in the very first session. So we keep the mind clear. No. If I I can do it today. I believe you're getting it. I'm making a very subtle distinction between the two. The tiger is chasing you. You don't say, okay, hold on for 3 months, let me go to the gym, come back, and then I will. We have a tremendous reserve, not only the energy, but the knowledge, which normally do not reveal itself in a normal conditions. And now stop this, look at the breath, be attentive of the flow of the breath through the nostrils. At the same time, experience the change. Change around your head into the whole body. The mind seems to be blank. The right time. What is the right time? You drop Om Shanti on the 16 segments of your finger. If the mind is empty, let it do it. Let you fill your mind with Om Shanti on the 16 segments of fingers. And now, if it is very normal for you, you will definitely experience the deeper calmness. That is what we want to achieve as we are going along with these 15 steps. Will not stop until so-called awakening. But we're getting some glimpses of it. So now lead this step. Move the mind inside the cave of your heart. Visualize the triangle of any color pointing upward. Om Shanti, you drop on each side of a triangle, moving the mind in a clockwise and anti-clockwise directions, checking that the mind moves smoothly. It keeps on dropping Om Shanti on the side of a triangle. It means you have found a sync. When there is a synchronization, that is the right time to say, moving the mind inside the cave of your heart. Mind seemingly stops and you say Shanti. And after that, you do nothing. So when you do nothing, you are mindful, you are aware. I have never discussed that when you do nothing and still the thoughts are there, and I can make it a point. I can understand that even the thoughts are coming, you don't care. They come and go. They don't disturb you. They are like the birds in the sky. Sky is not polluted or disturbed. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside the palms, know your experiences. Bring the hands down, we'll share our experiences now. How are you, Sami?
Meditation was very good. And nowadays, force of cravings is not so much.
Good.
Peace takes over or sometimes dissolve the thoughts of craving in the peace.
Beautiful. I don't know about here. I did not ask, but normally I think it happens everywhere. In India, especially the men, they go to the kitchen and they find the cookies are there, so they open it and eat it. Then they find some dessert, though they eat one piece of it. You go to the refrigerator. So that is also the craving. I don't know about here. So that craving, we recognize that craving is gone. So don't think that you have stopped craving for the cookie. You have stopped craving for so many things in your life. Craving in the mind is common. It may be for any object or it may be for any person. That's really good. Good approach. How are you, Stephen?
Good, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks for the lesson. My meditation was calm, quiet, and deeply absorbed. And I did struggle to come out. Would like to have stayed in it longer. So, thanks.
Beautiful. Yeah. Next time we will take up the first 5 steps and we will see their relationship. So we'll go a little deeper. How are you, David and Jerry?
Thank you, sir. Lesson was great. It's, again, additional tools for the toolbox in a society today, at least in America, with religions, political parties.
Yeah.
There's all these things going on. So it's good to just be able to kind of step back from all of that. And it was a reminder of that. And again, more tools. My meditation was extremely deep, very, very to almost a new level. It was wonderful. Thank you.
Good. Yes, even when we have the awareness, normally this is what is known as the knowledge or the discernment. A lot of things are going on in every country, but especially nowadays because of election is approaching, a lot of things. So you cannot stop listening. Your ears are open. You can maintain that dispassion. You can maintain that kind of a discernment. It doesn't affect you. In New Jersey, this guy who did not attend our seminar, Christina, he was so much upset. Who is winning in the last election? Who is winning and who is losing? Can I say that maybe one reason he has a stroke? It's almost, I would say, 76, 77 years old. Even in his session, he used to get so much agitated, excited. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm good, thank you. I had an opportunity for some good self-study. Yesterday we had a big celebration with 3 families and 4 generations of family and lots of dynamics and lots of, I kind of looked at it like the weather. And I'd say overall there was this amazing sunshine and calm. And there were just a few like ripples of the personalities but the underlying tone was this love and blessing and coming together. So it was a really beautiful experience, and I feel so grateful. And I felt like everybody felt that way.
Beautiful. Underlying current of every human being is love, peace, and calm. We take people from the face value. That is why this master says you have to see beyond what you see outside. And yes, definitely, once you recognize it and we continue with that cognition, it helps us to evolve much faster. Beautifully said. How are you, Dennis?
Thank you for the lesson and for the practice. Had a very deep and calm meditation today, and the thought crossed my mind that this calmness that we experience in meditation then reveals in the everyday life, and it is a basis for discernment. It allows us to think clearly, because if there is no calmness, there is no chance we can be in dispassion and apply the discernment.
Yes.
Thank you.
Beautifully said, because that is what we are going to understand it, because I say talk about it that follow the discernment, but if my mind is disturbed, so if my mind is disturbed, then first I treat the mind why it is disturbed, what is the ignorance, what are the impurities, and then impurities also contains the craving, kind of obsession. So then that is how these principles and these statements were developed, discovered by our masters. So yes, you are right. Calmness is there, then only the discernment is possible. But then there are thousands of people who still live in the calmness, but they don't have the knowledge of the discernment. That is another area. So that is why we say study Eastern wisdom to study yourself. Are you, Christina?
Thank you again very much. I sort of have a question. I think it's something I've brought up before. Saying no to things outside, can often feel much more peaceful. But how do you know you're not avoiding too much by saying no to things outside?
Inside your head. You know you are avoiding, or you said no for doing the right thing. Who knows it? You know it. So you have to check yourself. Nobody else knows. Other people, they will continue to say what they want to say. You are very clear. You are calm inside and you said no. Right decision. You are disturbed. You pose your calmness and then you say no. You know what you're saying. Forget the others. How are you, Terry? How are you, Vaibhav? She may come again.
Thank you, sir. The practice was calm, and these steps are like keep on reminding, just to get clear your mind, don't get attached, and then feel free.
Feel free. Beautiful. Yes. You see that what is your job as a seeker is to understand and apply these 15 steps. And mind mapping, I think the word is used, the mind mapping. So in a circle, you write the Eastern wisdom, and then you say the first step, second step, third step, or you can draw another line that how they are connected to each other. So that will give a clear picture. In ancient times, they don't have the internet, they don't have the exposure, they don't have the social media. So it was very easy. But mind mapping with these 15 principles, more and more you do it, and how these principles are deeply interconnected, it will help us a lot. Or you follow your own way. Stephen follows own way, David follows. So you all follow your own way. So master says, no, you should be totally independent of the teacher and the teaching, but the knowledge should always be there. The right knowledge should always be there. With that, that is all. Terry has not returned. Thank you. We'll meet again. Thanks to the computer. Thanks to the computer god did not freeze.